She is burning everything down, and she's gloating and smiling while she does it.
Okay, I can barely contain my excitement for this one. The right is fighting again. The girlies are fighting. Everything is happening. Let's just jump into it. So, Tim Pool and Candace Owens over the past 24 hours have been absolutely trashing each other online. Pool went on this curse-filled rant berating Candace Owens. Candace Owens responded with a calm yet maniacal takedown of her own. It is all too good to be true. Genuinely, this is like a dream come true, if I do say so myself, because these degenerate charlatans have been on the same side for nearly a decade now, and now they are directly and publicly at each other's throats, and it is so freaking nice to see it. It really does just put a smile on my face. Because to watch the right implode like this, to see two very influential conservative creators bashing each other publicly online, and we all just get to sit back and watch it happen? It feels like a miracle. There's so much amazing content to look at here and digest, so just stick around until the end of the video to hear all about it, and do the channel a favor. Leave a like on the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the Raw America channel. Okay, let's get into it. I am so excited. Now, just for a quick bit of context for the situation, Candace Owens, since the assassination of Charlie Kirk, has peddled multiple different conspiracy theories as to who is responsible for his death. She has blamed the Egyptian government, the French government, the Israeli government, other right-wingers, left-wingers, and Erica Kirk herself. So if it's out there, she's talked about it. It's kind of insane. And Tim Pool, on the other hand, allegedly had his house shot at a few days ago and has been publicly talking about it and is very, very upset and verbally, attacking people over the situation and the rise of political violence and all that stuff. Now, it hasn't been independently verified if his house was actually shot at, and some people are claiming that it wasn't, but for the context of the situation and for the story right now, we're going to believe what he says on the value here. So Tim Pool is just extremely frustrated with Candace Owens for her constant conspiracies and him facing political violence of his own. He kind of sees her as a channel for political violence in the way that she's drawing it to conspiracy theories and not actually blaming the direct targets, and he directly went off on her.
Candace Owens is a evil scumbag. She is a degenerate. She is burning everything down, and she's gloating and smiling while she does it. And you know what you told me? She has no security. She doesn't deal with the shit we have to deal with. She's a piece of shit. She's making everyone else suffer. And all of these conservatives out there that send me these messages have no balls to call her out.
Whoa. Yeah, you can tell he has rage in his heart, right? He hates her. This division is deep, and it is not going to be mended anytime soon. Like, I cannot stress this enough. Tim Pool and Candace Owens were collaborators just a year or two ago. They were friends. They were peers amongst the conservative sphere. And Candace Owens has exploded in popularity over the past year or two. And now, in the current day, Tim Pool is suffering financially, but for the past few years, he has been bankrolled by Russia to peddle propaganda. So he was doing pretty well for himself as well. And they were both extremely successful. Tim Pool a little less so now, especially, but they were friends. They were both very successful creators. And after that, I don't know, man. And if you can believe it, this is just the beginning.
Organization that's rallying young people, causing a shift in the political leanings of a generation for the first time in history, is now in dire straits. Their leader and founder murdered, and prominent pieces of human trash are trying to destroy it. It's evil. So you know what? When someone pulls in front of my property and fires on it several times, I'm sitting here looking at these vile pieces of and thinking to myself, for what purpose will I stick my neck out if this is what happens after Charlie Kirk is killed?
Tim Pool is very clearly upset here. Tim believes that the death of Charlie Kirk and Candace's reactions and the way that she's turned the story and spun the story since the assassination has caused Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk's organization, to become a shell of what it once was and ineffective at its goal of turning the youth to be more conservative. He also does not see support or reactions from Candace Owens in regards to him being targeted by violence himself, and I'm sure that also has been frustrating him. And also, these two have very different takes and versions for the future of the Conservative Party as a whole. But both of them just have so much smoke for each other right now that they can't even get their points across. Candace Owens responded to this barrage herself on her own show, saying this.
So this little and I really like, he's a small person for this, a very small person who is also theatrical. Timothy Smollett, who pretends every year like people are trying to kill him. He's a chronic fence sitter, okay? Pretending like he is braving the wilderness for being what? The 110,000th person who's making a video about Candace Owens in the wake of Charlie Kirk's assassination. He thinks he's pioneering that.
I want to cut in here and just say a couple of things real quick. Candace Owens is a more destructive force for the world and the United States of America than Tim Pool will ever be. I'm just going to flat out say that right now because they are both monsters in their own right. They are evil, maniacal, cynical charlatans, right? They are both pretty evil people. But look at the way Candace Owens presents herself here, and look at the way she calmly and deliberately just ridicules and shuts down Tim Pool. It is maniacal. It is evil. She is systematically breaking him down in a calm and collected way, in doing so in a way to garner the popularity of those looking in from the outside. Tim is screaming and yelling and calling her really nasty things. He is such a horrible person. I am not defending him in this situation, but don't for a second think that Candace Owens is innocent or the good guy in this situation, because the optics kind of look that way. But the reality is that they both suck, and that Candace Owens is actually a more destructive force than someone like Poole.
You are a coward. You are less than a man. Okay? You are behaving, your type right there is like a person who's having financial issues and yet decides to go out and put 100K on a poker game. And when he loses and is a further 100K in the hole, comes back home and beats his wife and kids and thinks he's a tough guy. That's how you're acting right now.
God damn, Candace, holy shit. She is pulling no punches here. Tim Pool is a sad man. Truly, he is a complete and utter loser. And Candace is just absolutely ruthless and such an awful person, but both have such big audiences of conservatives, and now they're infighting, and it's just, oh, it's so good. Just to see these two at each other's throats this way is just, it's electric. I mean, I have never seen the likes of this before. This is completely unheard of. This is brand new. It is incredible to see. I cannot believe my eyes here. I can't look away. But if you can believe it, there is more.
It's all lies. It's all hypocrisy. And it is for the purpose of making money. And she does not live the way other people live. And she claims she liked Charlie. She loved Charlie. And she is burning everything down that he built because she is evil. She is evil. And I'll say it again. This conservative movement is fractured. It's fried, whatever it is. Okay. Republicans are on track to lose the midterms. They were actually trending in the other direction until Charlie Kirk was murdered.
Yeah. So Tim Pool here is bringing the issue of mainstream conservatism into the conversation, talking about how the GOP have lost the popularity contest and that the midterms are looking pretty bleak for Republicans, which they are. And Poole here is committed more to the success of the establishment conservative party, the GOP, whereas Candace, not so much.
Because I'm actually traversing down the path that hasn't been traveled by standing up and saying that something corrupt happened and Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And I don't care about your midterms, okay? I don't care about your next year midterms and whether or not the Republican Party is united, okay? Because I don't want to stand next to people that would cover up Charlie Kirk's assassination. I hope that I have made my point perfectly clear.
Like here, she's literally admitting she doesn't care about the midterms, right? She is so much more committed to peddling conspiracies about Charlie Kirk's assassination than she is willing to actually send the GOP a good hand. She is causing the GOP and conservatives to spiral over each other, having communities infighting left and right, because Candace Owens is an extremely effective communicator. You can see it here in the way she calmly delivers her points, and she can get a lot of people on her side very easily. She is a good speaker. She talks about people's material conditions, and she ties it back to the system and the structure not being correct here in America, which you can make that argument. But where she gets it wrong is then she ties it back to the immigration and the Jews and just anti-Semitic conspiracy theories and racism. And it's, that's where she gets insane. So, because there is a point to be made here that the systems in America do push down the little guy, and that is what Candace Owens is saying. But then she says that it's operated and run by foreign cabals and all these things. That's like, okay, it's billionaires. We know it's billionaires. what are you doing? She is not invested in the GOP winning as much as changing the party to fit her more conservative, more Christian, more traditional worldview, while Poole, also a conservative grifter amongst his own right, also a huge dork loser, is more affiliated with traditional conservative values and the way that the establishment Republican Party has been running for the past 60 years or so, if that's even an apt description. Candace Owens then responded to Tim Poole's claim about the shooting, saying that the shooting Tim Poole survived in December of 2022 was committed by his brother. By the way, his brother was the one who fired the weapon on his property. He cannot deny this fact. And then Tim Poole responded back on Twitter publicly saying, "The vile witch is now claiming my own brother tried to shoot me. This is an absolute lie. Candace is as vile as they come. She's a fucking demon." Jesus Christ, it does not stop with these two. And also there's like some misogyny baked into Tim Poole's arguments here, which like, come on, dude, really?
That is a false statement of fact. That is a psychotic false statement of fact. My brother never committed a shooting that I claimed I survived.
So what are you going to do?
Well, I'm not supposed to legally say.
Okay.
Everyone knows what that means.
But also, Candace Owens is a terrible, awful human being, and so is Tim Poole. So it's just like, I've said this before and I'll say it again, just let them fight. Let them fight, right? It's so fun to watch. They're both awful people screaming at each other about how awful they are, and we just can nod along and go, "Yep, you're right there. Oh yeah, you're right over there too. Yep." They keep making good points about each other because they both suck. Like it's fucking rad across the board. The reactions have been absolutely amazing. There's one from the popular leftist Twitch streamer and creator Hassan Piker. He tweeted about the incident, reading, "Candace Owens and Tim Poole are duking it out. The entire old guard of the right-wing sphere is collapsing. I used to pray for times like this," with over 17,000 likes on that post. And Kyle Kalinske, another progressive content creator, replied to that post saying, "Lord, please help my ops. I'm winning a little too hard right now," which that's kind of exactly what's happening. I mean, these left-wing creators are just sitting by doing nothing, while these extremely prominent right-wing creators are just lambashing and publicly destroying one another, and we just get to sit back and enjoy it. Hassan also reacted live to the entire issue, and here's the clip there.
To me right now.
Yeah, that was the...
I'm done with these people.
She has security, just not on the level of you.
Oh yeah, the girls
are fighting! Ah! This is so sick. Oh my God.
And yeah, I'm right there with him. Big old bucket of popcorn, large icy, recliner seat. This is cinema in the making here, folks, right? They're both just such awful people, and it really shows just how the conservative media and the conservative landscape and their politics is crashing and burning right now, and for everyone to see. The GOP as a whole is just completely fractured and so at odds, and I can't get enough of it. But I think that's going to do it for me for this video. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. I really do appreciate it. If you like this video or want to see more like it, be sure to leave a like down below, comment what you think about this MAGA civil war going on, and don't forget to subscribe to the Raw America channel. Have a nice day.